Well, February is almost here. It is February the 1st or the 2nd, depending on when it's uploaded, but I think this is probably going to be uploaded on February the 1st. So, it's already February. There's a few things you need to be aware of, and a few February chores that you need to be taking into your own consideration. Sure, you have under your belt and that you have ready. So, the first thing let's talk about is swarming. I've heard from a few many different sources that they've already found some queen cells in southern locations. Usually in northern locations, they don't get swarming until maybe late May. For us, we need to be on alert for swarming because whenever bees are big, the laying queen is stimulated to, lay because it's warm and we're feeding them. Therefore, she will be laying a lot of brood. That makes them brood up, makes them have a lot of bees. Brood equals baby bees. So, we have a lot of bees, and then they think, oh, we have a lot of brood, it's warm, let's swarm. So then, don't feel bad if you lose a swarm, but I think, especially if you're in a neighborhood, if you're in a city, some kind of old town, you may want to, for sure, control your swarming. You don't want a swarm to go on top of your house, or your neighbor's house, that is. So make sure you just handle swarming, and you can also, I know some beekeepers who will put swarm traps in their own bee yard just in case if maybe a swarm out of their yard will go into their swarm trap, just in case if they miss the swarm. It's not 100% the work, but it does help a little bit. You can use some kind of swarm arrestor or swarm lure to use that. There's so many options. You can go on Amazon, type in swarm lure, it'll pop right up, a few different options. I can't tell you which one's the best because I honestly haven't used any of them, but I will maybe one day do a video on using swarm lure and see which ones work and which one doesn't. The next thing you probably should be doing right now, or if you haven't already, is order your beekeeping equipment. I mean extractors, honey bottling equipment, boxes, nukes, packages, whatever beekeeping equipment you can get your hands on. Because for us, we don't need to buy any nukes, woodenware, because we build our own woodenware right here at our home, so therefore, we don't have to buy anything. But we do still need to get like bottling stuff. The list goes on and on. What you're going to be doing. If you're going to be queen rearing, queen grafting, better go ahead and get a hold of it now because therefore once you get your bees, you know what may happen? Whenever you call the beekeeping company, they may say, well, we're sold out, you should have bought it earlier. And then therefore you have the bees, you don't have your equipment, you're too late. So then you don't know what to do. You kind of panic, and then, it just goes on, and then the bees may die because, you don't have nothing to put them in. Because you don't really want to put them in some kind of little box and just expect them to survive, just to shake them in the box and fend for themselves. That's kind of being a bee haver, but I think whenever you need to make sure you get your beekeeping equipment, December, January, way before you even get your bees. It's just an important thing to do is to get your beekeeping equipment. The final thing that I think we should be taking into consideration is planning overall. Now, the first thing that I would kind of think of planning is just planning in general. What are your goals for the season? How many colonies do you want? So say if you have 5 like me, how many do I want? Well, depending on how much I come out winter, if I come out with 4 colonies, I'm going to expand that to probably 8 and then buy maybe 2 nukes, make that up to 10. But some people, that may not be their expansion plan. They may want to stick to that small amount. And once they make the splits, sell them to people or give them to a friend, which is fine also. So therefore, it is crucial to plan and have a goal setting of what you want to do. Like your business plan, all of you probably know what a business plan is. So I'm not going to explain that. Maybe in the future I'll talk a little about business plans and things to make money, because I've done a video on making money with beekeeping, but I didn't really go into too much of depth into that. But also, do you want to do queen rearing? What do you want to do to make money? Do you want to make money at beekeeping, or are you going to do it for hobbies? So I think there's just a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. Even though these are just free things that, February chores, they're big things to take into consideration and take with a grain of salt on everything. Everything on beekeeping on YouTube, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it's just different locations. I'm talking down here in Alabama and southern locations for you northern people. Probably wouldn't be, looking into putting out swarm traps or anything like that. I probably wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't try to raise any brood at this point because I'd probably do that later on in the game. But for us, it's game on right now a little bit. So right now I kind of got to watch out for swarms because I'm feeding. So therefore, while I'm feeding, I may stimulate the queen to lay more eggs. And then they may grow up and then start to swarm. So it's just all participally going into planning in depth and all that different things. So just have a goal, have a plan, and then you'll be set for the future. Well guys, thank you for watching. I was trying to keep it short, simple, and sweet here for all you great viewers. If you're new here, make sure to give me a thumbs up and maybe consider to subscribe. That helps me a lot. But if you're a loyal viewer that's just coming back for another video, I appreciate you as well. Well guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.